Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a small little drugstore haul. Picked up a few things that I've been eyeing from websites, Ulta, and drugstore in person. So I just kind of have some new goodies to show you. I've had them for a couple weeks now and I haven't even been able to use them in videos because I had them set aside. So if you are new here, I would love for you to subscribe. The button is down below. You know you want to click it, and let's get into the video. First up, I actually have a deeper shade of this and I needed the lighter shade to bake with. This is the Maybelline Fit Me Loose Finishing Powder. This is phenomenal. This and Coty Airspun are my top two. This is like the newest one of the game. In terms of drugstore, this is right up there with Laura Mercier and all the other powders that I enjoy. It doesn't settle into your pores. I don't know about flashback. I take flash photography and I don't ever notice, but I think a lot of times an iPhone flash can be a little bit more harsh if you're in a dark room. So I don't know about flashback, but I don't think it does. I think a lot of gurus love it and swear by it. So if you're looking for a really nice setting powder for the drugstore, Maybelline is killing it. Also Coty Airspun, but this is new and I have two colors as I said. So I use this to bake under my eyes and then I have a deeper shade to set all over the face. So good. Also from Maybelline, I have not tried this yet. This is their Super Stay Full Coverage Foundation. I got the shade 220 Natural Beige. Now I don't know in terms of shade selection, and when I was doing my Tarte foundation review, I realized like a lot of brands have shit shade ranges, but I'm like, come on, we gotta do better. Everybody's gotta do better here, let's get on it. So I haven't tried this yet. I feel like, is this repackaged from a long time ago? Some people were saying it was reformulated. Some people were saying that it was better or worse. So I haven't tried it yet. It's pretty deep, so I could only really use it when I'm freshly self-tanned like I am today. So I will use it in a video coming up and let you guys know. If you've tried this new formula, let me know down below your thoughts and if you like it better than the old one or what the differences are, because I don't even remember like how the old one wore. I don't even know if I tried it. There's so many like drugstore foundations that it's hard to remember, but this says it's supposed to be full coverage and 24-hour wear. That sounds good to me, but you never know. I went ahead and picked up two of the new blush colors from Physicians Formula. This is their Butter Blush. Everybody talks about the butter bronzers, so I got the shade Plum Rose, which is a super muted color, and then I also got Rosy Pink, which is more kind of my speed. And I have to say I haven't used them yet, I don't think. I think I've just swatched them, and they swatch really nicely. They're very light though, very subtle. They're not gonna be like a bam in your face blush, but I'm hoping that they're buildable. People go bananas over the butter, whatever, Physicians Formula butter line. So I jumped on that train and I was like, all right, let me see. I think I have a couple bronzers from them, but I don't know if I've ever tried their blushes, and I had to get them off the website, which I find really annoying. It's like, why can't Ulta or drugstores in Ohio, I feel like, are so behind? You know, like something will release and it takes like a month to actually be in stores. So I just went ahead and got it off the website. They smell delicious, I will say that. So I'll use them in an upcoming video. I'm trying to incorporate more drugstore on my channel. There's like a dog park in my neighborhood. Does anybody else feel like that? Which I love because I love dogs. I have 3 myself. But these dogs bark so loud, and like, it's like every time I try to talk, it's like I'll do a voiceover, you know, tutorial where I'm blasting music, watching tutorials, watching YouTube, watching shows, and it's like quiet. And the second I go to talk, it's like it's like a zoo in this bitch. I can hear every dog in the neighborhood just barking incessantly. So anyways, please ignore that if you hear that. But I did pick up 3 of the Physicians Formula highlighters. Oh baby, baby, look at these, as my friend Laura would say. She always says that. The gold one is a standout for me. Like when I swatch these 3, the gold one is like bam. This is in the shade Champagne, but it's actually a gold, and this would work for light, medium, even tan skin tones. I almost wonder if it would go deep because it's a pretty, you know, it's like the Maybelline Molten Gold highlighter. Look at these freaking swatches. Hallelujah. Drugstore is doing better with highlighters. I'm all about this. I think they did have another shade which was like a white shifting pink, and I wanted it, but it was after I'd already placed my order. So standout for me just swatching it is this one right here. So let me tell you the other shades. So this one is Champagne, which is the gold one, and then we have Pink Rose, which is, good God, I have no coordination on my hands or my fingers. This is Pink Rose, which is the pinky one, and then the middle one is called Pearl. Pearl is the most powdery. Like, I'm like, Pearl, I don't like you. I like these two the most, but definitely this beautiful gold one. So if you're in the market for a drugstore highlighter, whoo, check these out. I think they were like $10 each, but see if you can get yourself like a buy one, get one half off. Oh yes, give it to me. Oh my God, I love this. Is so pretty. Ooh. Next up, I really wasn't gonna pick anything up from this collection, but I kind of caved. I only got one thing. This is the Gigi Hadid Maybelline collection, and I got the shade Tora. This just looked like a really neutral nude color, which is kind of my speed, and it definitely is. This is the sort of color that I would wear every day. Felt very creamy going on the lips. This this range, what the fuck is the word I'm thinking of? This collection was way overpriced. People were not happy with it, and sometimes, you know, greed isn't always the best, you know? Maybe just keep your prices the same, and I think it would have gotten a better reaction, but $30 for an eyeshadow palette, people were like, excuse me, no, not for a drugstore, and I think they ended up discounting it because people were like, I'm not gonna pay $30 just because Gigi Hadid put her name on it. So I bought it solely for the lip color. I kind of watched reviews and a lot of people were saying that it was a standout product. So I picked it up and it's still, you know, drugstore pricing. I want to say maybe 10 bucks, and I will definitely utilize it because it's just a perfect shade for me. From NYX, I did see great reviews on this Lid Lingerie palette. I thought this would be a really nice palette for travel or just for some mattes that you could use and then pop kind of a glimmer on the lid. Here's some swatches, and they swatch really nicely. I was just looking for some drugstore options, and to be quite honest, a lot of drugstore eyeshadows are lacking. I feel like they're very powdery a lot of the time. The shimmers are very, very chunky and powdery typically, and the mattes just lack pigment or are very powdery. But this had great reviews, so I almost chopped you there. But I thought this would be really nice for tutorials if I need some mattes to kind of start my look off, and then I can use another palette. And I've heard great things about NYX in terms of their eyeshadows. I haven't used their matte shadows in a long time. Back in the day before I started YouTube, I would use their little singles, and they were nice. I remember the mattes being really nice, so hopefully we've got a similar formula here. Let me know if you've tried NYX eyeshadows or this little lingerie palette. I want to say it was like $12, so it's not the cheapest. That's my problem with a lot of drugstore lately, is their prices are creeping, and I'm like, excuse me, you're supposed to be drugstore, you need to stay down. Like, there's drugstore, then there's Sephora, then there's luxury, right? Like, you need to stay where you belong, because that's why people love you so much, is because we can get a really good bang for our buck. So while I was on my quest for some drugstore goodness, I found this Sweet Cheeks palette from NYX, and I'm all about blush. I thought this had a really nice array of blushes. I almost feel like there's two shimmers in here. So you do have that option. They seem really pigmented, but there's just a big mix of blushes, which is what I was looking for. I want to say this was maybe $13. So again, not super cheap, but you do get 8 different shades in here, and you get a lot of different tones. You have like an orangey tone, a deep kind of maroon tone, a coral pinky, then the really pinky, a gold. So you've kind of got it all in there, and I thought this would be nice for travel or just tutorials when I want to do more drugstore stuff. So I think this had good reviews as well. I always check reviews. Like, I never buy anything, very rarely unless it's brand new. If it has reviews and the reviews are like, this is terrible, I usually won't buy it because most people are right. So read the reviews. If you're ever just like on the fence, you're like, man, I don't know, someone said this was good. If you go to the reviews and like it's like a 3-star, then you know, like, you know, dodge that bullet, girl. So just had good reviews, and I thought it was just a really cute palette and something I could get a lot of use out of. So Maybelline came out with some new shades in their Superstay, I think this is their Superstay Matte Ink Liquid Lippies. I really think that they did a great job with this. Just because they expanded in some really cool shades. You've got kind of the peachy nude colors, and you've got these grungy colors, which typically you don't see at the drugstore because it's just so safe, I want to say. So it's like they're coming out with more trendy things. So the first shade that I picked up is called Driver, and this is like a really warm, peachy, neutral color. Very nice. I feel like this would look good on quite a bit of skin tones. It's not too light, and this formula is a little bit sticky, but I don't mind it because it's like full pigment and feels pretty comfortable on the lips. So the second shade that I picked up is a little more pinky, and it is called Poet. So it's right in the middle. It's like the really nude pink color, which I think I'll probably use the most. And the last shade I got, I was like, yes, this is gonna be a good Instagram photo or maybe like a toot, you know? This is called Huntress. Let me show you. Ooh, look at this color. This is like so up my alley. Like I could pop this bitch on right now. I love vampy cool tone shades. They just look so badass. Something about like a gray lipstick. So I really enjoyed these. Actually, after I bought these, Maybelline sent me the whole collection and I couldn't remember which ones I had purchased. So I'll have to pull these three or put these three aside that I already have in a giveaway for you guys because look how gorgeous these are. So yeah, I think Maybelline's doing a good job keeping up with the trends and, you know, just kind of doing something different than the typical, you know, basic, oh, we've got a red and nude, blah, blah. Like, no, bitch, we have a gray purple and it is fire. Literally almost forgot to show you this, but I have tried this a couple times and I really like it. I'll be using it in a tutorial coming up. This is the Liquid Camouflage High Coverage Concealer from Catrice Cosmetics. I don't see a shade on here other than 010, which I'm assuming is the shade, but I saw Tati talk about this and she compared it to like Tarte Shape Tape or liking it just as much as she liked that. And I'm always on the hunt for a good drugstore concealer. This is really light though. I probably need to get a deeper shade. I do want to say I think the shade range was shit. When I looked, I literally think there was like 6 shades, if that, and I was like, what? So again, we're gonna need brands to get on it, but I actually really enjoy this. Probably my favorite in terms of a drugstore concealer, this, and then I really like the ColourPop concealer. It's not really drugstore, but it's affordable. So if you're on the hunt for a really hardcore coverage, but it doesn't look cakey, it just felt really nice on the skin, you can get this at Ulta. And before I end this video, I did want to show a couple things that were sent to me that were standout products to me that are drugstore. So Flower Beauty sent over all of their liquid lipsticks. These are their Miracle Matte Lips, and I'm telling you, you need to buy these. They are so pigmented. Like, look at this pigment. They are very mousse-like, so comfortable on the lips. They have like probably 15 to 20 different shades. So many good neutrals, but then darker and red and the whole shebang. It's a very moussey formula, but very comfortable. So I'm gonna swatch this one for you and just show you. This is Nude Blush, and you have a big paddle wand, and look, just look at this pigment. Just, there you go, bitch. There you go. Look at that pigment. So pigmented, so affordable. This and Flower Beauty highlighters are fire. If you have not tried them, they also have bullet lipsticks, which are really nice. So check out their website. I have heard that they may be coming to Ulta, which I really hope they are, just because they were only at Walmart, and in Ohio, I've never seen them in store. I always had to buy online, but they did send these. There's so many colors, they're comfortable, and the pigment is there. They just feel and look beautiful on the lips. And the last product I want to tell you guys about is from Model's Own, and this is their Color Chrome eyeshadow in Golden Lights. I want to say they only have a few shades, so I wish they would expand, but these are basically a dupe for the original Stila metals, like shadows like this that are creamy. Lord have mercy, do you see this? I mean, this is like, this is foil, straight foil on your hand. These can be a little tricky to work with, but honestly, this on the inner corner, this on the lid, and you're gonna stop people. Like, people are gonna be like, what are you wearing on your eyes? I just think these are stunning. And like I said, I wish they would come out with more shades. Last I checked, I think there was only maybe 3 to 5 shades. And look at this pigment, it's so gorgeous. They can be tricky to apply. I would use a brush, like a flat synthetic brush, or your finger. And when you kind of press your finger in, sometimes you can get like a little bit of chunkiness. So you just have to really like smooth them out, and then you'll get that full payoff that you're looking for. All right guys, so that is it for me and my drugstore haul. Hopefully I showed you some new goodies that you might want to pick up. Let me know down below if anything that I hauled is something that you love or hate, or that you've tried or that you want to try. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video.